everyone. How are you? All right, let's take a look at who we have here. You know what would help? It would help if I was in live chat. We're gonna get that switched over. All right, let's take a look. Scroll on up. Let's see. Christina, hello. Let's see. I'd rather have them in cases, easy to handle, but if there's a better method out there, I want to know about it. I like the way it sounds. All right, let's see. Celine, my preferred way of holding pencil markers, etc., is in a large pencil cases. However, I do have my Ohuhus in a holder on top of my table to get real quick. That's fair. That's fair. I do have I pretty much store mine and everything. I have a large selection of cups. Hi, Renee. Renee says cases. Hi, Chris. Let's see. Hi, Kenny. Ronnie says cases. Hello, Ronnie. Hello, Michaela. Let's see. How are you, Renee? Scrolling down. Let's see. Mandy, did I say hi to you? Okay. Hello, Mandy. Let's see. Hi, Patricia. Hello, Lisa. Lisa says, in the tin with tray, or if the tin with trays is good and sturdy, they stay. Otherwise, the pencils go in a case. Yeah. I think if I were to choose any method, mine would be the case. Let's see. The wooden box drawer for mine, unless traveling. Yes, I have the wooden box drawers as well. I have them stored on top of a little dresser I have over here in the corner that has a bunch of other craft stuff. Allie says, you know I'm here for the party. Hi, Allie. Let's see, who else? Make sure I'm not missing anyone. Deborah, hello. She says, got my prisms out and my book. Awesome. All right, let's see. Make sure I'm not missing anyone. Ev, hello, Ev. Deborah says her preferred method of storage, pencils in cases with leaf-like pages, markers, and old pencil tins. I love it. Hi, Celine. Let's see. Make sure. Julie, hello, Julie. Hello, Marilyn. Kenny says she uses pencil cases. Very nice. Hello, a ghost. Whew. Whew. I was so startled. You're so scary. No, I'm just kidding. Hi, Ghost. How are you? Let's see. Marilyn says, pencils in cases, markers in their original case for my Copics. Ooh, I like that. Allie says, case, 100%. I do have one roll for my Ergosoft. Kimmy made it for me. Ah, yes, I have a roll also. I have since moved my Ergosofts out of the roll because I decided to put all of my backups in one case together. So I'm not actually utilizing my roll at the moment. Hi, Alex. Good Ghost. I'm glad. Every ghost should be spooky and good. Hi, Lisa. Lisa says, I like cases, so they're all in the same sizes of... Oh, so they're all in the same size if I can. I love it. Shannon uses cases as well. Hello, Sherry. How are you? All right. I think I got everyone. If I missed anyone, I apologize. So, first of all, my answer to the question is, for the most part, I do use cases. This one I have the Prismacolors in. I should get a different one at some point because I actually don't like the one where you can fit a lot of them in the slots, because when I put pencils away, it's obvious to me if there's a missing slot, but sometimes I'll fit 4 in these slots. Sometimes I'll fit 3. And so I don't always know exactly where a pencil is supposed to go just by glancing. I also keep a lot of, this one just has paintbrushes. Oh wait, this one has cups. Aha. These are the Lyras I haven't put away yet from the last time that we used them because I'm super awesome like that. I keep a bunch of brushes in here, so I kind of use all of it. And then also I have pastel storage boxes that I got way back in the day that I store a lot of my backups in that I keep across the room. I was thinking about it after I made the question. I was like, ooh, I should probably put links for these because I don't know that a lot of people use the pastel storage boxes. Hi, Lisa, how are you? But anyway, all the links for the stuff I like to use is in the description below. Other things. So I know that usually I try to mix it up and switch pencils, but I decided to use Prismacolor again. Yes, that's right. Yes, I also, Renee, yours is also holding a bunch of pencils right now as well. It's also on the other side of the room, but yes, I like Renee's as well. But what I want to do today is kind of off of what we did last stream. I'm kind of liking what we did and I want to keep going with it, but I'm not ready to venture out to a different kind of pencil using the gouache. We're actually going to use the gouache tonight, I think. I think we are. I have this idea of what I want to do, and I think that gouache is going to be necessary if we do it. successfully. So book tonight is, yes, squash. Yeah, I still got it here. This one is the Liquitex acrylic gouache. I got this at Michael's. Let's see. Marilyn says all my pencils are married, so my cases are by rainbow color order, and I have a list that tells me the case and flap the pen. Oh, interesting. I would love to see what that looks like. Let's see. What did Renee say? Oh, so I never would have thought that, Renee. Yeah, cases are there. If I were to choose anything, cases would probably be it. Lisa says, I'm going to try and put a line of sticker labels on the back of the holder to mark where the pencils go. And those, oh, I like that. It's sort of a plan. It's sort of a plan. But anyway, real quick, I don't know if you guys saw on my Instagram, I made a little computer buddy out of polymer clay. He's a little fox. Little Emily absolutely loves foxes, so that's why I went with foxes. But I have his hands curled because the idea is he just sits on my computer monitor. Sorry, my hands are shaky. No surprise. My hands are always shaky. But he just sits on my little computer monitor and just, just hangs out. I have ideas for other ones that I want to make. I think they're super cute, but it took me a little bit to do that. The problem is I'm working with my doctors to figure out the shaky hands, and so the problem is that things don't always go the way I want them to when I'm doing the clay. So I'm just like, okay, we're gonna do one, we're gonna take a break, and then we'll do another one another day. Oh, thanks everyone. I have cases that depict the type of pencils like fishes for Inktense and other Oh, I like that. See, I actually used Evelyn's handy dandy label maker, and I labeled all of my pencils on the end that usually pokes out on the end. So I can just like pull one side out because I have them in a cabinet. So I'll just pull one case out and I can see the name on it. I have most of mine in cases with key fob with which pencils. Which lets you know which pencils are in which case. I still have a few in the original packaging when that packaging is nice or special. Yeah, my Mitsubishi pencils are still in the case. Okay, so anyway, let's fill you all in on the plan here. Put that over there. So this is the page. I actually pulled out all my Johanna books tonight because I still am in a Johanna mood, which is not, again, it's not any kind of surprise. And I had a bunch of them laid out in front of me. I was debating between some from Worlds of Wonder. I actually had one from Magical Jungle out. I even had Lost Ocean out for a little bit. But I settled on this one because oddly enough, I have not colored this page at all yet. Yeah, see, the labels are so nice. Yeah, that would be really cool, Marilyn. I'd love to see it. Oh, nice, Ev. Wait, which wooden box? Is that like one of those nice ones, like the Faber-Castell ones? Okay, so this is what we're gonna do. For the background, I don't know. Now, remember my new thing where we're keeping like streams to 2 streams per page. That is the plan. So here is my idea. I want to do sunbeams coming out of, thanks, Michaela. I want to do sunbeams coming out of this corner and kind of hitting this, like hitting the side and hitting the flowers. I'm not sure yet if gouache is what I want to do, or if I want to just color it in a way that shows the sunbeam. So here's what we're gonna do. We're going to not start with gouache right away because I may change my mind on how I use it. Hi, Anissa. Oh, I love that, Anissa. That's recycle, reuse. I love it. I love it so much. Ooh, nice, Ev. So we're going to use a pencil first, and we're going to sketch in where we want the sunbeams to go, because we're going to be coloring sections differently. Some areas are going to have more of a yellow glow on them. I have a picture in my head. Are we going to be able to do it? I don't know, but I am sure as heck going to try, which is why I chose the Prismacolors for this one, because we're doing, some different stuff here. I have less of a vision in my head than I usually do when we do these, but we're getting creative today. The other thing that I put that I like to store my pencils and stuff in, if I can get this out because the tripod is in the way, I'm gonna get my drawer out, is the Arteza storage boxes that I like to use. And so I have 2 of them, and I have it all stacked up. So I've got Copics in there, and I've got fine liners and all the other stuff. Thanks, Renee. Thanks. Yeah, it's this one over here. I actually had it out. The Dymo label maker. See, I labeled the label maker. But yeah, it's super fun. And I used it also to label all the little boxes. Sorry, I put my hand there so the pencils don't fall out. But I did all the nice little labels for that. Oh, was it really, Ronnie? That's awesome. Okay, so I have a bunch of these Faber-Castell pencils. A lot of these are for different drawing ones. We're just going to actually grab this Staedtler 2B because we're just going to do some light lines to mark where we want the sun rays to go. So we're going to zoom in here. Do I want my ruler for this one? No, we're going to get sketchy with it. We're going to sketch. All right, so let's see. I was kind of staring at this for a little bit, kind of trying to figure out how I want it to go. And I want it to go out from underneath this one here. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to just sketch the lines first. Very lightly. I don't want to press hard at all. Okay. So we're going to sketch like so. Let's see. Hang on. I want to make that one just a little bit thinner. Also another little Staedtler eraser. Right, exactly. It's so fun. Oh, Kenny, you should follow along. This is another one of those pages where, I mean, I'm sure not a lot of you, I'm sure there is somebody out there who has probably felt the same way as I. Even though there are things in coloring that I am confident in, there are times where even and I know that comparison is the thief of joy. I tell my children this all the time. But there are times when I see just such a beautiful rendition of a page that I want to create something just as beautiful. And if I don't feel confident in my idea, or if I'm just like not sure how I'm going to go about it, I just don't do it. So I have put off this one. There's a few of them in like Worlds of Wonder that I have put off just because I'm like, oh my gosh, there's so many beautiful ones. Like how on earth could I? But then again, comparison is the thief of joy, and I absolutely should not. So I am trying to, I want to make sure I come up with an original idea, but also not feel like what I'm doing isn't good enough. Like I said, as awesome as Instagram is, it can be rough sometimes. But then on the other hand, I'm just like in awe of some of the stuff that's created there, and it's just like, oh my gosh. All right, and then we'll do one that's just behind. We'll do like a thin one that just goes like here. Okay, so now what I need to do is I need to get out my little handheld eraser. I've done that same thing, Ronnie. The dragonfly page, I swear I've done it like 5 times. Okay, so hang on, make sure I don't have anything on this eraser. What I'm gonna do now is I'm going to erase the sections here. I don't know if you all can see. Can you see the sketch marks that I made? I'm going to erase the sections that I want to go under something. So this is all gonna go under. This is gonna go under. Okay. So it'll go under those blades of grass. And then this one, exactly, Ghost, exactly. That's what I say, like I tell my kids it all the time. Comparison is the thief of joy. You can't expect to do, everybody has different life experiences. So if everybody did it the exact same way, then life would be boring. And nobody wants life to be boring. All right, let's see here. That needs to, let's see, is that going to stay? Yes. All right, so now I'm going to go just a little bit, not harder. I'm just going to define the lines just a little bit more. I don't want to define them too much because I want to be able to have these lines go away when we do our coloring. Okay. So we're just gonna sketch these in just a little bit more. Here we go. Sorry, I get quiet when I start concentrating. Now let's see, this one back here, I don't want to forget about this one. Now this one's going to affect more the background than it is the actual foliage and flowers and such. Background of the keyhole, that is. Okay, hi Marie, welcome. Melissa says, I deal with that too. I love looking how other people color certain pages, but then get scared to try. I'm not as skilled as some. I still love to color. See, exactly. And that's the thing. Like, whenever the kids play sports or whatever else, even if they didn't win, I go, well, did you at least have fun? And as long as the answer is yes, then, they're all good. Okay. So we are going to start on the background first. And when I say background, I mean behind all of the flowers. So we're going to do that part first. And that will help us to map out where we want our sunbeams to be. So what we're going to grab for sure is, let's see. I'm beginning to think that I should have maybe sketched this out with colored pencil rather than pencil. All right, let's at least grab some colors first. So we're definitely going to be grabbing some Deco Yellow, some cream. So let's see. Guess I can zoom out for you for a second while we pick out what we need. Okay, I have a bunch of cream, but they're all itty bitty teeny tiny. So we're going to be using our pencil extender for those. Okay, so Deco Yellow is this one. For the other colors, let's add in some, I want to get a little bit of violet. So let's grab Parma Violet. Parma Violet is going to be, let's see, that's lilac. Here we go. Parma Violet, okay. So we definitely want some of that. And then we're going to get the Blue Violet Lake. That's Blue Lake. Hang on. Here we go. Blue Violet Lake. Exactly, exactly. All right, Blue Violet Lake. Marie, thank you. Get some hypes in chat for Marie, exclamation point hype. And use those handy dandy hype emotes. Thank you, Marie. Appreciate that. Let's see. Okay, so Blue Violet Lake. And then we're wanting to go a little bit stronger in the blue. Let's see. We're definitely get some sky blue light. I love this color. I default to it quite a bit. Okay, so from Blue Violet Lake, let's get some Blue Lake. I kind of feel like light cerulean blue. Light cerulean blue. Okay, those are going to be our colors for now. We might also grab a red, but not a really bright red. We're already going to have some lavender. Let's grab a little bit of the mulberry. Now, mulberry is a very dark color, but we're going to go easy on it. We're not going to go too heavy. As soon as I can find the color, there it is, mulberry, right? I go through so much sky blue. Hi, Jennifer. No worries. I always feel that way whenever Tanya streams before me, or like when Belinda streams, like she usually streams what's today, Friday, so Thursday night for me, and it's usually right during the time when we're doing dinner or getting the kids ready for bed or whatever else. All right, we're gonna go through, do some quick sharpen. So the best I can do is lurk. All right, quick little sharpens here. Okay. And we're going to start with our darker colors first. On your third pencil, I like it. Oh wait, I think I just resharpened that one. I meant to sharpen this one. All right, there we go. Okay, so we are going to go ahead and zoom in. We're going to start down here first, and then we're going to work our way up because, like I said, we're going to be doing the darker colors first. Are we in focus? Yes. Hi, Frederica. Welcome. All right, so we are going to start with the Parma Violet. So we're not really doing, I don't really know what time of day we're doing. Maybe we're doing like midday on Planet Emily, because I can't really think of a time. Like Maybe sunrise, maybe, but we're gonna be throwing in the pink on the nails on the chalkboard. Oh, is the sharpener? Oh, I'm sorry, Cat's Gallery. Yeah, it's a little noisy, but she's a handy sharpener. She has character with her googly eyes. But yeah, so we're starting with Parma Violet. Okay, let's see. So we're gonna have our sunbeam here. So let's get our purple all in on the bottom here. Right, Jennifer? It's perfect. The funny thing is I haven't changed this battery yet, and I know I said this like a couple weeks ago, but it's still holding on. I feel like it might be coming time. But I mean, this battery has held out for a really long time. I mean, it's been months since I did the pencil sharpener review. I think I've been preferring to use this one, especially during streams, just because it's faster than the other one. Like, and I just quickly pop it in for a few seconds and we're all good to go. All right, so Parma Violet here. Thank you, Kenny. All right, so let's see. Let's go ahead now and go in, because we can always go in with another layer too. Let's go in with our Blue Violet Lake. Okay, we're gonna layer over the Parma Violet. So it should just blend straight into that blue. And then where we'll go up to our yellows for the, oh, there's a scratchy little piece there. That was unintended. Okay, well, we'll have to blend those a little bit. Okay, so Blue Violet Lake. I promise for the next one, we'll switch to a different pencil brand. What is a pencil brand that a lot of you have? I know we've done some budget pencils before this one. I suppose we haven't done any Faber-Castell for a while. Funny thing is I actually had a pencil from my Faber-Castells that I misplaced at some point. It was one of the grays, and I just, for the life of me, I couldn't find it. But I was going through some of my art supply drawers the other day, and I opened up, so I have a tendency to store things in old pencil tins if I'm not using them anymore. And I opened it up, and lo and behold, there was the missing gray pencil, and I was just like, oh, okay, well, there you are. Castler or Arteza, Schapper Farben, okay. Yeah, I don't think I've used any of those for a little while. Okay, now let's go ahead and go into Cerulean. Derwent Colorsoft and their artist set coming tomorrow. So Ghost, I'm gonna be perfectly honest with you. I did Colorsoft at one point. I have a small set of them. I'm not a fan. They were too crumbly for me. However, what is it? What were the ones that, the Derwent drawing pencils. I really like those. Those are really nice. Castle Arts. Inktense Prismas, Black Widow, Castle. I haven't done Inktense in ages. In ages and ages. We could definitely add that one to the list. Oh, nice, Kenny. Bruteferners. Hi, Anita. I also haven't done Brutes in a while. All right. I got a good list in my head. I'm gonna build up and we'll make use of. All right, let's see. Let's do a little bit of the Parma Violet over here. Get some of that darker color in there. And this is just the first layer too. We're gonna go over it with at least a second layer. I want to make sure we get all these colors in here for a nice even blend. Oh, the ChromaFlow, really? Okay. One full set of polys and one full set of Black Widows. Very nice. Let's see. Blue Violet Lake. Has anybody purchased the new Black Widows, the ones where they're going through and reselling them, but with the matching dipped ends? I'm curious if the formula for those changed as well, because I think if anybody, you know, has had the previous Black Widows and then got the Monarchs, there seems to be a pretty significant difference in the formula. Albert says it hasn't changed, but it feels different to me. I'm not sure what's different about it, but there's definitely a difference of some sort. I was gifted a Black Widow set for Christmas and trying to figure out what to color with those. Oh, they're so good, Melissa. Which Black Widow set did you get? I just got those and I love them. I think you may have gotten a bad set. Which ones? The Color Soft? It's possible. I just had so much crumbling with them when I used them. Okay. I don't know if you all watched Sarah Renee Clark's newest video where she did Lumis versus Crayolas. I mean, there wasn't a big question in there. I think we would have been shocked if she preferred the Crayolas over the Lumis. But I was listening to her and she made a good point about how, yes, you can create absolutely beautiful works of art with the Crayolas, but when you know, she had to work significantly harder to get the look that she wanted with the Crayolas. And when you're feeling frustrated with your tools, it becomes that much more difficult to create what you are trying to create. The ChromaFlow? Yeah, the Color Soft were the ones I had a problem with. Right now I'm using light cerulean blue, Alex, light cerulean blue. Right now, the only ones we've used are the Parma Violet, Blue Violet Lake, and Cerulean Blue. We're going to switch to the Sky Blue Light here in a minute. And like I said, this is just the first layer. Kind of going over everything. And we're coming up on these pencil marks. I'm actually going to lighten them a little bit, because I don't want that much black to stand out. If they're light, you guys might not be able to see them, but as long as they're light enough that I can see them, then it's just fine. Because we're going to be dealing with some pretty light colors, and I don't want this graphite to show through. I just need to kind of be able to see where it is that I want to put it. And I'm going to use, I smeared it a little bit, so I'm going to use my kneaded eraser, and I'm going to pick up some of that. I'm just pressing it to it, kind of just the loose graphite that got smeared just a little bit, because I'm not pressing very hard with the eraser. Oh wait, what did I miss? Ghost says, hi Tanya. They were crumbly with medium to heavy pressure, but not so much with light pressure. I think the ChromaFlow are really buttery and soft and on good cardstock. That's fair. Wait, what did Shannon say? Shannon. Yeah, tell us how you really feel. All right, so now we're gonna use the Sky Blue Light. And we have two different yellows to use on our sunbeams. So I know it looks really light to you all, but I promise it will get darker once we get there. Okay, so let's see. We're gonna have a sunbeam there. Let's see, we've got, trying to kind of map out what is flower, what is leaf. I think that's part of a leaf there. And then we've got the sunbeam there. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm just gonna erase the rest of this pencil now, because I really don't want that to show through. I got a good idea of where I wanted it initially, but we're gonna go ahead and use the Deco Yellow, and I'm gonna use that to sketch in where I want the sunbeams to be. And I already know that the line that I created before is here. Let's see. I don't want this one to shine on the inside of the, oop, nope, see, I'm losing where I'm at here. Not there. Okay, I'll look up at chat in just a second. I just don't want to lose where my eyes are going here. Okay. So that's gonna be a beam there. I know you guys can't see it. I'm sorry. Singing Spice Girls. We could do Castle Art next. I saw Castle Art mentioned a lot. We could definitely do Castle Art next. Okay, so then this one is going to go here. And this one is gonna go over the flowers. Okay, but under this blade here. This will all stand out a lot more when we get closer. Okay, so this one's gonna go here. And then here. And then we'll have another small one here. There we go. Okay, I can see that. You might not be able to, but it'll make... Yes, please don't lose your eyes. Yeah, that would be bad. I'll be like, and they're gone. All right, so let's do Parma Violet. Reminds me of that, I was watching Pirates of the Caribbean. Like, hold up. It would help if you guys can see it. Zoom out a little bit. I was watching Pirates of the Caribbean last night. All this talk about Johnny Depp lately has made me want to re-watch it. It reminded me of the pirate, the guy with the eye who keeps popping out. I'm just gonna lose the eye. Funny thing is, now as watching as adult, like the dialogue seems a little cheesy, but still so good. Like Johnny Depp just makes that movie. I don't think it would have done nearly as well without him. Like it was just so good. Okay, try not to 1, 2, 3, 4. I am going to do this here just a little bit. And let's get our sky blue light. Yeah, rewatch Pirates too, right? Let's see. The soft castle arts, love them for blendability. Wait, what are the soft castle arts? Let's see. I got $10 then when they were doing $10 coloring books and 10 color soft. Oh, okay. Yeah, see, everybody's watching. See, he's gonna come back from this just because everybody's wanting to watch his movies now. I mean, everything's on Disney. Okay, I'm trying to like map this out without losing track of where these are. All right, so I'm just gonna do blue here because the yellow is overlapping it, but the blue is not. I promise you, it will stand out a lot more by the time we're done. Now, see, I just went over it. I'm doing, like, here, guys, I'm gonna show you how to do this, but then I'm not gonna do it correctly. Oh, ghosts, they're so funny. They're so good. Right? Baby Johnny Depp. All right, let's see. So we're going to, I'm using light cerulean blue right now. Basically, I am just mapping out where this is gonna go. All right, we're gonna do deco yellow here. Okay. Then it ends and we have blue here. Okay. There we go. And then we're gonna have blue here. There we go. All right. All right. It's coming together. It's coming together. There we go. With the tip down. It's always helpful. Wait, what did D say? Did I miss D? Hi, D! What did D ask? Did I miss a question? I see her saying objection. For like crumbliness or breakage or what, Ghost? Okay, let's see. Let's go do the other side here. So we're gonna have blue here. Okay, and then there's grass, not grass, grass. It's one thing to like try and not color over areas that, you know, are supposed to be leaves, but it's another when you're trying to map in a background that's also going to be a foreground. It gets a little confusing. Oh, you're play-by-play in the JD trial. Oh, man. I mean, when the thing first started, I hesitated talking about it on stream because I didn't know much about it and I didn't want to be up in arms. But, I mean, at this point, if he doesn't win, people are gonna riot. Like, hi, Angela. It's so bad. Her lawyers, like, where did she find these guys? Like, did everybody see the clip where he objection hearsayed his own question? Like, Yeah, that I've signed 3 times. Did I read that right? Yes, you read it very well. It's so like, I know some of it is legal stuff that they have to say. We're just using light cerulean blue, by the way. But it's just, every day I'm just waiting for like the YouTube highlight. Wait, did I? Okay, no blue here. Oh, what am I doing? Okay, hang on. Yellow. Okay, I think what I need to do here is I just need to lightly color in where the yellow is going to be. But it's just so funny. Yes, let's talk about it. Yes, did I say that correct? Yeah, you did. Good job. Oh, breakage. Yeah, breakage can be rough. It can be so rough. Right, Kenny? Yeah, at this point, like, the man goes to children's hospitals dressed as, like, Johnny Depp. Like, obviously, you know, no one knows what goes on behind closed doors, but I mean, I don't know. At this point, she just, it's completely just nutso. The whole thing is just, I just don't see how she thought she was going to win, because like all of these recordings that she did is like actually detrimental to her. Like, I was like, you do know that didn't help your case, right? Like, did I read that correctly? Yes, you did. I saw that. I know somebody posted something like how wholesome is it that Johnny Depp is like showing his lawyer the picture that he drew that he's proud of. Like, oh my gosh. It's just like, okay, here's my like honest to goodness question. Like, if they end up proving without a shadow of a doubt, because I know that like the jury needs to have, you know, absolutely no doubt whatsoever. See, I put blue there and I shouldn't have put blue there. Like, can they get to the point where she doesn't even take the stand? Like at some point they just say, this is ridiculous enough. Like there's no way that he's guilty, and they just call it. Like, can they do that? Right, Shannon? Oh, they're fun, Ghost. I love them a lot. They're really good. I always say I feel like Artezas are kind of like if Prismacolor and Faber-Castells had a baby. All right, Marilyn. So I understand civil case, but I got to be honest. Preponderance, that word's a little past. She takes the week. Yeah, the whole trial is supposed to last like 6 weeks. It's supposed to last 6 weeks. And I mean, at this point, it started what? April 9th, I think is when it started. So yeah, she's got to be taking the stand soon. But at this point, I don't know how, like, she can't just say, oh, well, never mind. Guess you guys are all right. And she can't back out at this point, you know? The burden of proof is less than a civil case. Oh, okay. Oh, okay, Marilyn, that makes sense. So the way it is goes basically is they were married so we're using Parma Violet. They were married in 2015. They got divorced in 2016. I think it was, I don't know when the timeline was for when she wrote it, but she wrote an op-ed piece to, I want to say, the Washington Post. And in it, she proclaimed that she was a victim of domestic abuse. And she didn't name Johnny specifically. We know now that she did, and the people made her take it out. So, like, technically, she didn't name him, but it was implicated very strongly. And because of that, Johnny Depp lost so much work. Like, he got booted from the new Pirates of the Caribbean and everything. It's a defamation lawsuit because that's basically what she did. His kids were struggling in school because everybody's like, oh my God, what is your dad doing? That kind of thing. So, he sued her for $50 million sued her for $50 million for a defamation lawsuit. And she countersued I forget her reasoning, but basically she countersued saying she's trying to prove that she was a victim of domestic abuse, and she countersued for $100 million. So basically at this point, they are just trying to make him look bad, but everything she's doing to make him look bad is making her look bad, and it's hilarious. Right? She wouldn't let it go. Yeah, the spokesperson for domestic violence. Yeah. It's absolutely insane because of that, like, she didn't lose her role in Aquaman or anything. We're using the Blue Violet Lake now. She didn't lose anything, you know, her role in Aquaman stayed, and Johnny Depp just lost all of this work because people assumed that what she said was true and accurate, and that he, in fact, you know, she was the victim of domestic abuse, but it was backwards because she was in fact the abuser. Well, she has to establish that he didn't suffer losses, that he was on his way out at Pirates at the same time that she did. Yeah, exactly. Oh, Dior comes out with a scent called Hearsay. Oh my gosh. So I guess the only time that she legitimately just tried to say that, like, he broke her nose or she got a bruise, at one point she was like hitting him and attacking him, and he got her in like a bear hug to try and hold her in place so that she wouldn't attack him anymore. Well, at one point during that, their heads collided, and she said that that he headbutted her and that he broke her nose, when in fact the quote-unquote blood on the tissue from her broken nose was actually just nail polish. Yeah, he got ditched, absolutely. Yeah, she did the second movie. Yeah, she did. Oh, absolutely they did, Marilyn. That's incredibly, incredibly true. Oh God, cat. Call the battle a mega pint. She claims that her career didn't take off after Aquaman like Momoa because of JD issue. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you know, there's a lot, you know, behind it, but the basic line of where it's at now is that it's just everybody's beginning to see what the truth actually was. And at this point, I think those of us that are, because there are those that still support her. And I mean, the fact of the matter is, the trial hasn't finished yet, and we are going based off of what we know. But were I on that jury, I'm not, but were I would probably be leaning in favor of Johnny Depp just because of the evidence. So, I mean, I don't know. It's very, it's entertaining in the sense that, oh gosh, what happened this time? You know, like, what did they do today? So, you know, look at the highlights, and it's just... very interesting. All right, so we're still just using Blue Violet Lake. I'm just marking in the blue areas of it. It's working out a little bit better now that I've got things kind of mapped out. So now let's go ahead and get the light cerulean blue. Oh, hey kiddos, have you come to say goodnight?
Yes.
Oh.
It's not just me, it's little Steve here too.
Oh, you guys want to wave under the camera?
Hi, Chad.
Say goodnight. Here,
Good night. I'm little Emily, and this hand right here is little Steve, and then this hand is little Emily.
All right, off to bed, guys. Good night.
Bye. Yeah.
Love you. Get some sleep. Everybody off.
Little Steve.
Yes, little Steve. How'd you go? Oh, right, Marilyn? They're so funny. Yeah, little Steve, he is now old enough that we are allowing him to stay up just as late as little Emily. Aw, nice, Melissa. Okay, let's go ahead now and use light cerulean blue. Okay, and I just realized I was doing blue over that. See, I'm mixing up myself. But this is why we're going light, so we can just get this mapped in correctly. I confused myself with this background, my goodness. Okay. See, that doesn't need to be on the butterfly. That doesn't need to be there. I'm almost wondering if I should have done the background last so I didn't overlap everything where I wasn't supposed to. All right, let's use the sky blue light and let's get the rest of this blue mapped in here. So we're gonna go around everything. Honestly, going over some of this stuff isn't too big of a deal because we still have a lot of color to add on there. But with the 2 streams that we're gonna do with this one, a big part will be, you know, us doing the background and then also when we do some of the foliage as well. Oh, right, zoom. Zoom. Super fast. Anybody dizzy? Anybody dizzy? All right. Okay. So that is flower. Because we want the yellow to go over it, but not the blue. Okay. There we go, a little bit more. Avoid the foliage. Okay, all right, that's coming along now. I don't know how well you all can see that yet. There we go. Okay, so we're gonna match up to the blue here. We're using the sky blue light. Okay, go. All right, let's use the Deco Yellow. Hi, Belinda, how are you? Hang on 1 second, chat. I'm gonna mute it for just a second. Sorry, I had a sneeze. Okay, let's see now. All right, so we're gonna go back in with the Deco Yellow. We might not even end up using the cream. We'll see. Okay. Okay, that goes behind. All right, we're gonna go a little bit darker on the background now and start mapping this in. Okay, that's good. Okay, well, that's where we're at. Blue, yellow, purple, that's kind of all we've done. Now we're gonna go in, now that I've got everything mapped out and separated, now we're gonna go in a little bit darker because we also have this mulberry to add as well. Okay, so let's see. Do I even want to get another darker one? Let's see. We got Parma Violet. Let's also get... No, you know, we'll stick with Parma Violet and we'll grab something darker if we need to. All right, so now we'll go in a little bit heavier. Okay. See, the purple we'll be able to see okay because this is the darkest one. It's when we start doing the other colors that it's gonna get mapped in a little bit darker. No, cream? I know, I do love mulberry. Black, I'm debating about that actually. We may use a little bit, Renee. I'm not gonna lie, I know there have been so many times on the stream where I'm saying, oh, you don't need to, you know, shade with black, yada yada. I'm not gonna lie, it's growing on me. I really enjoyed how that came out. It was just, I would say it's so different from what I do, but I wouldn't say that it was starkly different. After I finished it and I could kind of step back and look at it, I realized that I ended up, as a whole, I didn't steer as far away from the rainbow color scheme as I think I initially wanted to, but it was still obvious to me, at least, that I had branched away from my comfort zone just a little bit. In of the fact that I just use the black, which I don't normally use. I mean, it just stays sitting in the drawer. Yeah, see, it was good. If it hadn't been for you guys, I never would have branched out. All right, Blue Violet Lake. Move that down just a little bit. And then we're gonna go over the Parma Violet. Bring in a lot of that blue. Okay, and then we're going to fade it out because we're going to end up blending in that light cerulean blue. And then this yellow is going to get darker. You always shade with black? Well, see, it's different from me. Aw, thanks, Angela. I did, like I said, I really enjoyed how different it looked. And it just made me more brave. So what did we do? We chose the other page that has been intimidating me. I mean, it's, you know, Johanna Basford pages are pretty common around here, but there are some pages that when I'm flipping through, I specifically avoid because I'm just like, I don't know about that, but you know, I'm facing my fears and we're diving in and we're having fun. Aw, thanks, Dee. Shading with different colors. See, there you go. That can be your challenge. Okay. Have we ever done a monochrome page on stream? I know I've done monochrome pages, but I don't know that I've done them on stream. Black makes sense for shadows, but I'm still flat coloring since I have no idea how to actually shade. I can't seem to accomplish it without, well, you know, one of the great places to start is, there is actually, I have if you're into Johanna Basford, I have a video that's how to color a leaf in every Johanna Basford book. I'm realizing at the time, because now there's new books out. But if you want to practice your shading, just grab a single leaf and do that. Hi, Joanna. I did the graphite elephant. Okay, that's right. All right, light cerulean blue, because I was going to say, if we haven't done monochrome before on here, we really should. Okay. So we're just using the light cerulean blue over the blue violet lake. Oh, that's right. It was a Mariola Bedeck, wasn't it? Mariola Bedeck? Oh, awesome, Ghost. Yeah, we did a Mariola Bedeck blue stream. And that one, you know, it's really interesting. For my Instagram, things like Johanna Basford get the most interaction, I guess, with the post. But that Mariola Bedeck, I think it might have been only like the second Mariola Bedeck I posted. People loved that one. I was so surprised. And I think part of it is because it was a monochrome one. But that one ended up being really popular for that particular time. I was really surprised. Yeah, see, there you go. All right, so we're just using the light cerulean blue. I was very pleasantly surprised by that. I don't know, I'm kind of an analytics nerd and I like to see how things, how the audience responds to different books, it's very telling actually, like if I color a page a certain way or we use a certain illustrator or book or pencils or whatever else, it's really interesting to see what is reacted to. Yeah, I think we used a little bit of purple, yeah. I tried a leaf, but not seem to pick colors that look right together. Been watching tons of color-alongs. Tried my first one the other night. Oh, awesome, Ghost. What was the color-along? I can't talk. What was the color-along that you did? I know back in the day, I think she started posting recently again. Not tutorials, but she has started posting on her Instagram. Peter Hewitt, back in the day, Peter Hewitt, the big popular color along that a lot of people were doing was the duck pond from, what is it, Enchanted Forest or Secret Garden? I can't remember. We are doing Ivy and the Inky Butterfly, Joanna. All right, now we're going to do Sky Blue Light. We're going to press a little bit harder now. Okay, make sure that we're going behind the foliage. I think that blue is going to start coming through now. No, you can say who. That's just fine. Hi, Loretta. Yeah, we're here. Yeah, especially if I ask. I get that though, and I appreciate you checking beforehand. I think it'd be different if you like had never been here before and you popped in and said, hey, this person's streaming, everybody should go watch her right now. Like during the stream, then I might be like, oh, okay. I mean, I probably wouldn't say anything because I'm sort of non-confrontational, but I'd be like, oh, hi, person. Thank you for that. But otherwise, yes, it's fine. Yeah, I'm always down for new tutorials, especially if it's somebody that I've never heard of before. Which still happens sometimes. I think there's some sort of color-a-thon going on right now, and there were some new names that I hadn't heard of before. you're part of that color-a-thon, aren't you? All right, so we're using that sky blue light. Okay, now we're going to, I think, darken up. What do I want to do about this? I think we're going to leave the rays how they are now and then darken them up once we get everything underneath them colored so that we can build on top of that. Oh, yeah, Julie. Okay, I know hers. Belinda. Hi, all. Emily's streaming now. You should check it out. Yeah, I think Twitch, especially the self promo stuff, is a big. Hi Celeste. A color-a-thon is when you get a bunch of different channels together and they color based on like a theme. The one that I organized before, it was normally Vicky organized it, but it was a Harry Potter color-a-thon. Sorry, I keep nicking the tip. And so basically we got a bunch of channels together where we did it over a weekend and it was back to back to back streaming. And everybody did Harry Potter theme. Ah, gotcha. Oh man, Joanna, you gotta get it. All my actual coloring books are packed up mostly. Oh wait, are you moving, Loretta? I know you mentioned it. Belinda, objection, hearsay. Overruled. All right, we're gonna use a little bit of mulberry. Let me see, let me look at mulberry again. Is that what I wanna use? No, you know what? I take it back. Objection, mulberry. No, you're fine, Ghost. Actually, Ghost, if you are wanting to find some more colorists, if you're familiar with Discord, type in !Discord, DISCORD. And then if you go to Discord there, there is there's a self-promo channel, but 2, there's a channel where the amazing Angie, sorry, I blanked for a minute. She made a schedule with all of the active colorists and everything. So if you're wanting to find, thanks Celine, if you're wanting to find some new colorists, check out that channel because she put everything in there. Okay, we are gonna do Dahlia Purple instead. Thanks, Shannon. Dahlia Purple. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we are not gonna follow it all the way around. Let's give it a quick sharpen. There we go. And we are going to bring some of it in just some places. Here, a little bit there. Here and there and everywhere. Okay. You know what might be nice? We're going to get just a little bit of that there. Maybe some black raspberry in this too. I think I actually like the idea of black raspberry rather than that. Hi, Della. No, that's fine. And Ghost, this is a little bit different. I mean, it's technically a social media, but it's not as overwhelming. Think of it more like a continuing chat room because that's more of the style. It's different for sure. Like it's not like Instagram or Facebook. There are different channels within Discord that we have different themed things. Like we have a pets one, a food one, black raspberry now, a food one. There's even one for Doctor Who because it's my Discord and I love Doctor Who. But you can do that. Oh, interesting, Loretta. Interesting. All right, so we're just gonna do black raspberry in a few places. Let's see, let's do it up here, mostly in the darker areas. And then when we come back to this, we may venture in with some black, I think. Okay. All right, so I'm gonna leave the background as it is now because we're gonna build on it more after we get the rest of our rays down. Yeah, for sure, Ghost. Let's go ahead and start with, which one do I wanna start with? Let's start over here because I wanna do a little bit of this frame because this frame is gonna be something else and we'll start with some of these leaves because we need to plan for the extra yellow on it. I think I would like to create a gold frame. So we're gonna get some gold colors. Now, if you need to know how to color more gold, we actually have an entire live stream based on coloring gold. And then on my website, emilyillustrator.com/downloads, there are worksheets full of how to color gold. So if you get the worksheets and watch the stream, it'll give you all the different gold combinations. But for today, we are going to grab sepia. Okay. And then we are going to grab, let's see, I don't remember all of them. Like I don't have them Black raspberry equals fake pomegranate. I love it. I may be using a slightly different combination than what we did on the gold stream, but it's basically all the same. Let's grab light umber. We're gonna grab, let's see, not goldenrod. It would help if I probably zoomed out so you could see what I'm doing. So light umber, we're gonna get artichoke. Okay, artichoke. I'm gonna get a sip of water. We're gonna get, let's see, let's grab yellow ochre just in case we decide we want to use it. Where is my yellow ochre? Did I accidentally put it in my browns? Well, I wanted to use yellow ochre, but it apparently wants to hide. Unless I'm just straight up missing it, but I don't see it. Let's see. It's supposed to sit next to a jasmine. Jasmine's there. Folks, we have a MIA yellow ochre. I have no idea where I put it. Rude, I wanted to use it. Let's see. Hi, Catherine, how are you? How are the kiddos? No, you're good, Ev. You are just fine. Okay, now I'm just like kind of annoyed that I don't know where it's at because we just used it, unless I left it in this cup. I did. There it is. It was making friends with the Lyra Rembrandts. Okay, so yellow ochre. Oh, nice, Loretta. That's awesome. All right, yellow ochre, and then we are going to get Spanish orange. Okay. It says orange Espanol is what it says on the pencil. And then we're going to get lemon yellow. And then I think we're good. Lots of colors, all the colors. Okay, it's been a little bit since we've done gold, but we are going to jump on in. So let's see. We're going to move aside our background colors so we can focus on our gold colors. All right. We'll keep Deco Yellow just in case I want to use it for that. So the colors we're going to be using for our gold. I know, right? It's hanging out over there with the Lyras. Who does it think it is? All right, so we're going to have sepia, light umber, we're going to have yellow ochre, we're going to have artichoke, we're going to have Spanish orange, lemon yellow, and potentially Deco Yellow. All right, these are going to be our gold colors. Prisma and Lyra making baby pencils. Gosh, what kind of pencil do you think a baby pencil would be between Prisma and Lyra? Might be pretty nice. Might have less breakage. No, that's fair. I actually saw an article the other day for where I live in particular, which generally the housing market isn't too bad around here, but it's been stated that the housing market is just like way overpriced. Like first time buyers are really struggling. Like I think it's everywhere. Just like now is a really hard time to buy a house. Yeah, see, exactly. Jennifer, did I say hi to you? I apologize if I missed you. All right, we're going to start with sepia. We're also going to zoom in a little bit because we are going to be working on this section here. All right, so we're going to grab our Deco Yellow because I want to make sure that we get in this right here is the sunbeam. They're going to be hitting the leaves and the frame, the keyhole frame. Okay, so all of that is going to be in the yellow. However, this yellow sunbeam is not touching the frame, just these two right here for the section that we are working on. So we're gonna start with the outside here, and then we'll work on the inside. A Prislyra or a Plera. I like it. Yeah, it's rough. A Prisra? I think I like a Prisra. Yeah, like some friends of ours, they have a house, but the big thing is like it's not a two-story house, it's a single-story house. But the big thing is they have a lot of property, so we're using sepia now. And their realtor called them, and she's just like, "All right, so I'm supposed to ask you if you want to sell your house, and I'm going to tell you the amount." She's like, "But don't sell it," mostly because it'd be really hard for them to buy it. But the number that there you go, Selena, trademark. The number that they gave them was just obscene. It was under $1 million, but not by much. And like I said, it was a 1-story house, but it had property. It was just absolutely crazy how much the house went for. When in reality, they got it for like a third of that. And it was just like, holy heck, man. Like, that just sounds insane. Insane in the membrane. All right, let's see. So we're going to use sepia. Oh, you're good, Christina. You're good. Oh, awesome, Bronny. Yes, I got mine in as well. And actually, I placed an order big enough that I got the tote bag too, only because I included a couple gifts on my order. And so I ended up getting the tote bag with it. But yes, I got like some fruit teas. I got a few. I wish insane in the brain. There you go. Yeah, exactly. Like I have friends that I know of that are looking for houses and they're getting bid out. Like it is just crazy. Hi, Carol. How are you? One idea of insanity. Check out Lone Mountain Shores in Tennessee. The real estate there is outrageous. They want $500,000 for a few houses. Holy heck. Oh, yeah. It's not good. Wait, Joanna, are you moving too? Right, it's a big tote bag and it's good quality too, right? It's got the cloth on the inside and the canvas on the outside. I was just like, holy heck. Yeah, exactly. The housing market is just insane. No, we will rent for a while and I'm okay with that. Mostly because we're not in our forever hometown or whatever at this point, but yeah. I'm okay with renting. All right, so that was sepia. Let's go ahead and grab artichoke. Okay. That's gonna give us a little bit of the kind of going into the kind of goldish color. Not quite, but a little bit there. Okay, so artichoke. And then let's go ahead and use, no, that's fair. Holy heck, Shannon. Yeah, it's crazy. I don't understand it. Like, is it that there's more people buying or it's the same amount and just fewer houses? Like, I don't even know. Oh, nice, Joanna. Yeah, it's insane. Even for just renting. So yellow ochre, like this place that we ended up getting, like, it popped on the market and we got it like within, like we saw it pop up on the listing and we picked it like that day because we were getting what we needed. And the funny thing is like a week after we moved in, this lady pulls up in our driveway and she's like kind of walking around the house and looking at it and everything. And I'm just like, who is this lady? And she goes to like peer in the windows and I open the door and I'm like, can I help you? And she's just like, oh, we were looking to move in here. This one was listed last week. And I'm like, yeah, we got it. Like, I forget what I said exactly. I was nice and everything. I'm using lemon yellow now. But basically in my head, I'm thinking, lady, you got to move quicker than that. This house, it gone. We got this house. Yes, yeah, I get that, Ghost, totally. Weekly, you get a mail or call asking me if you want to sell. Are you serious, Ev? Oh my gosh. In 47 days, I'll be a beach bum coloring in the sand. See, that actually sounds wonderful. All right, we're going to use brown ochre, or sorry, this is light. I can't see the name. I'm going on the French. What was 941? Light umber. What am I doing? I can't brown ochre. That's not even, I don't even know what I'm saying. Don't listen to me. I'm a crazy lady. Yeah, it's crazy right now, but I will be happy to stay exactly where we're at. Light umber. When you have this small a space on here, sometimes it's kind of hard to get the right shading that you want in here, but all right, let's get a little bit of Spanish orange. You can't brown ochre? Apparently not. All right, Spanish orange. We might need to bring in a little bit of black. That's what I'm thinking. All right, Deco yellow, because this is not looking the way that I want it to. We're gonna need to bring in a blender. Let's get our black. This gold needs a little bit of love. All right, so let's use our black. There we go, just a little bit. Black is definitely a-okay to use on gold. If you're coloring like a sphere or something, that's a little bit easier to get the gold on. Okay, we need large camper, fifth wheel, tucked near a lake, right? So I gotta say, like, so we're using Yellow Ochre now. I watch Elsa Ray and Baron, and they are doing like homesteading. For a while, they were living out of their scamp, but I mean, they're still living out of it, but they ended up buying some land last year. So now they're homesteading and they're building it up. But I gotta tell you, like, there's something about the nomadic life that appeals to me. Steve's not a fan, but I'm just like, I don't know, something about just picking up and leaving it all, like, hitting the road, man. All right, sepia. I mean, if I was like, you know, freshly 18 or 20 or whatever, and, you know, just wanted to go jet out and explore, that'd probably be a little bit different, but yeah, it appeals to me a little bit. Okay, I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna go in with some white. Okay, and we're gonna blend that through. I don't know. Am I crazy that, you know, sometimes it'd just be nice to just unplug and just, you know, go travel? The freedom of just having your whole house in a little box. I'm just not that sporty, Johanna. See, exactly, Deborah. Just roam around. Call it good. All right, now we're going to do the light umber again. Okay, let's do a little bit of cream. Gonna pop it in. Right, there's something appealing about it. I'm just saying, I might have made some better choices if I had done that when I was 18. Or worse choices, who knows? All right, let's see. I am okay with that for now. Let's venture into here. Now this side has a line at the crease. This one doesn't. We're gonna make our own line. Roughing it for me is a hotel with no room service. See, I like that. Celine says, my dream home is a large 4-bedroom place on top of a cliff, not too close, overlooking the ocean with no encroaching views, with bushland on either 3 sides, with no one near me for miles. Holy heck, Celine, that's very specific. You've put some thought into this, and you know what? I like it. I used to be like afraid of living somewhere where there was like big open like land and trees or whatever, but I think that's because I saw too many scary movies. But now, you know, it doesn't seem too bad. Really, I mean, it doesn't. Okay, I actually want to lighten that black just a little bit. Just a little bit. Because this is where it's going to start to get a little complicated. We're going to take our deco yellow here because a lot of this is going to be yellow. So we're going to need to go lighter on these sections. So let's start with our light umber. That is true, Ev. That is very true. Very, very, very true. Either that or when I was, you know, in my early 20s, I should have just convinced Steve, be like, all right, Steve, we're getting a van and we're hitting the road. Right? Yeah. If I'm going to pay money for it, I want to pay money for exactly what I want. No, that's fair. My dream is a small place by myself, but enough land to grow my own fruits and veggies, no neighbors too close. See, and this just harkens back to my idea that we need to get all the colorists together. We need to do like the doomsday preparation, but like have all of our land and we all move in together on one big piece of land. And we've got all these skills, you know, like we can plant gardens, you know, make our own cloth, do sewing. I'm just saying, you get all of us together and we're going to be a very skilled group. All right, so we're going to use a little bit of black because this area without the sun glow is going to be a stronger stronger gold color. So I'm using the black to kind of create the shine a little bit. And I am also going to grab, let's see, let's use our pen touch pens tonight, I think. Is that what I want? Or do I want to use Posca? I don't know. But I'm there, right? Bit of color is compact. Exactly. We'll all have things to do. And if we don't, we can all sit down and color. But I'm just saying, we've all got these skills like, you know, zombie apocalypse comes, we're all getting together and we are going to do just fine. They'll call us a cult. No, we will be the survivors from the zombie apocalypse. There'll be nobody to call us anything except awesome because we'll be the only ones left. Allie says Posca. Okay. We aren't a cult now? No, we're enthusiasts. All right, we're going to use a little bit of sepia. Okay, we're going to very carefully bring that up into some of the yellow. See, it's hard too because since we're doing gold, but we're doing yellow on it, we got to make sure that this part looks more gold and that part looks more yellow, but still looks like gold under yellow, if that makes sense. All right. In fact, we might put more like white highlights on it. Okay, so now we're going to do artichoke. See, there you go, Angela. There you go. Yeah, we're enthusiasts. All right, so we're gonna use artichoke now. Okay. Let's see, let's do a little bit of sepia in here. Just a little bit. Okay, let's use our yellow ochre. We're pencil hoarders and we're united. Exactly. All right, so yellow ochre. I'm gonna go over that black just a little bit. We're gonna press a little bit harder. Want some of that ochre to shine through the yellow. See, this is where it gets a little bit complicated because we're trying to do layers of effects here. Put a little bit here. All right, let's also use a little bit of Spanish orange here. Because it's not that it's just strictly yellow, but it's that gold under the yellow. Yeah, there you go. All right, we're gonna use Deco Yellow. I wanna get a little bit more of this yellow color on here. Okay. All right, and we have this upper part here. There's a little bit of yellow that stops there. And then we also have, oh no, it doesn't stop, sorry. It continues all the way up through here. So this yellow is all there. So now what we did here, we also need to do the same here. Okay, so now let's actually go ahead and take our black. And I'm not saying that I'm done with this section yet. If once I get this other part and I feel like we need more, we'll go ahead and add a little bit more. Okay. I'm gonna do a little bit there. Go real light. Okay, let's grab our sepia. I mean, I wouldn't trust me to do the gardening. I know we talked about it a little bit last time, but what I forgot when we were talking about it is that day we had a rainstorm and I thought that I covered the garden in time, but it got a little drowned a little bit and the vegetables are still trying to recover. The tomatoes are doing okay. The spinach, man, the spinach bit the dust. That rain just pummeled it. Like I said, I got it covered. It just wasn't soon enough. The big romaine got a little bruised. The kids got a little bruised. The kids' lettuce got a little bruised, but it's hanging in there. The spinach is there's no help in the spinach. I don't think it's gonna make it back, but I'm giving it time. Right now, the roots are too logged with water, so all I can do while I wait for it to dry out is I just spray the leaves with a little bit of water, so it's still getting some moisture. But Deborah, I could kill a cactus. Yeah, that's frustrating. But, yeah, so I'm just, got my fingers crossed for this week for the garden. All right, let's use a little bit of Spanish orange here. Okay, so we definitely, like I said, we wanted to show that it's lighter here. Ooh, that'll be fun, Shannon. Because honestly, I was so excited because I was saying that like, oh guys, I'll post a picture of the garden in Discord, you know, a little bit later. And so I went out thinking, oh cool, I'm going to go post a picture. Then I can show everybody how the garden's doing. And I go out there and everything was all like droopy and wilted. And like some of the leaves were turning yellow. I'm like, oh my God, what happened? And then I remembered, oh yeah, the plants got drowned with all of the rain. We had so much rain that day. Like I said, I thought I covered it, but I just did not cover it in time. And so I'm like, poor little, but the strawberries and tomatoes, man, those guys are hardy. They're doing well. We have a tomato that's like the size of a plum now. Like it's getting there. Joanna, my artificial plants die. It's still green though. It's supposed to be a slicing tomato, so I expect it to be at least twice the size that it is now. Okay, we're gonna use the black just a little bit. Let's see. Let's use some cream. Okay, let's use the sepia. Okay, and then let's use a little bit of the Spanish orange. Okay, I want a little bit more black right there. Listen to me. I want a little bit more black. Who even am I? Like, what is even happening right now? All right, artichoke. Okay. All right, let's see. I'm gonna leave it as it is now. There's still, I think, more I want to do with it. We're gonna add a little bit there. But I kind of feel like I want to revisit it once we get more of the colors of the leaves down. So we're going to tackle some of this stuff so we can kind of see how to add the green with the yellow. Like I said, I don't feel like any of this is finished yet. I have more that I want to add to it, but we're doing this in pieces here. Surprisingly, they're not. We don't get too many birds in the yard. We don't have a ton of trees from where we're at. Occasionally, we'll get some birds that'll be in the yard that'll hang out on the houses and get the worms, but otherwise, they leave it alone completely. Basically, strawberries are weeds. Yeah, I'm not planting mint. I'm trying to decide, though, if I should just let the spinach hang on, see if it can pull itself out of there, because a few of the leaves are perking up a little bit. Or if I should throw in the towel on the spinach and do something like beans, except beans are like a climbing thing. The kids wanted to do beans and we got some bean seeds. I don't know where they went though. So I don't know. I may just wait and see what the spinach can do. Ooh, deer and coyotes. Okay. That's fair. Yeah, I remember when I was growing up, we had a house where my parents had made a garden and we had to protect it from the deer. We don't get too much wildlife out here, though. Our biggest thing would probably be insects. Like, we get locusts out here. Those big old grasshoppers that can eat like a whole head of lettuce, like a bunch of them in a short amount of time. So, yeah. We actually don't have, like I said, we don't have many trees out here. So we really don't have any squirrels either. We have one orange stray cat that wanders around. But yeah, I think that grasshoppers and locusts are going to be the biggest issue, if anything. Okay, so we have our dark green. We're going to start with these blades of grass. These are going to be interesting. So I'm going to put a little bit there. Okay, the tiniest bit here. Are we zoomed in? Yes, okay. Right? They're terrible. Alex, we are doing dark green, Kelly green, and pale sage. Oh, really, Shannon? Shannon, you should take a picture of the fox and send it to me next time it comes around. Oh, yeah, odd little show. You guys have foxes where you live? Oh. Groundhogs, yeah. Skunks and raccoons. All right. So dark green, very lightly, just a little bit. We'll venture up a little bit more, but I want the yellow to come out as a strong undertone. So I'm going lightly with the green, and then we may blend with the cream. Okay, so really light with the dark green. Okay, let's see, we have this blade of grass as well. Okay, let's see. That's an interesting blade of grass. We'll have it do this. Okay, and then out here, this doesn't have any, so we're gonna go darker on this one, darker on this one. What can I say? Love small dogs, so keep an eye out. Shannon. Great idea. Oh my gosh. That's hilarious. All right, Kelly Green. For those of you who don't know, Shannon has a number of dogs. All right, Kelly Green, really light. Like I said, because the yellow, I want it to look like it's kind of a yellowish green thing. I want it to be clear that it's layering over it. Okay, Kelly Green. Go. Okay. Ooh, yeah, we had skunks where I was growing up at. Oh, see, I'd love to have foxes. All right, so pale sage now. No one saw that? Not at all. All right, pale sage. See, it still looks very yellow, and I can press a little bit harder on the pale sage once we're out of the yellow. Here we go. All right, let's do this blade of grass here as well. Dark green. Here we go. All right, then Kelly green. Now, I think that's part of that vine. Okay. I had someone convinced that I was taking them to the pound yesterday. Oh, no. Thanks, Angela. There's a skunk living near me. I smelled him once in a while, so he sprayed some cats or dogs. Oh, no. Oh, gosh. Have you ever been around, like, right when a skunk sprays? That is so bad, man. It is rancid. All right, we're using dark green. It's such a, like, sour smell when it first does it. All right, now Kelly green. Okay, and pale sage. Okay, so let's use a little bit more of the dark green. This one that's outside of the group. Okay, dark green there. Here we go. All right, and we are gonna get like more yellow on here. Like I said, I wanna get this front stuff layered and then we can reinforce the background a little bit. The lag gives you cover. There we go. Not the pound. I'm not bothering with the garden because I have no clue how long I'll be allowed to stay. No, that's fair. Ew, oh no. Yeah, we had a skunk that would always come by and go after the cat food. So we had to start keeping it indoors. All right, let's get Prussian green now. Okay, Prussian green and what is this one? This is sap green light. And Prussian green. There we go. All right, so Prussian green for this one here. Same with the dark green. We're going to go nice and light. Okay. And then we're going to use the sap green light. You're good, Renee. Oh no, Shannon. There's something about this page that bothers me, but I can't remember what. Ooh, intrigue. It reminds me of like Alice in Wonderland. I didn't even read. What is she supposed to see through the keyhole? She says, peered in the gaff, half expecting the butterfly to suddenly reappear, but there was no butterfly. There was, however, a keyhole. The butterfly must have flown through it, but why on earth is there a keyhole behind the bookshelf, she wondered aloud. She tried pushing and shoving the bookcase, but it was heavy and didn't budge. Just then, she noticed a tiny bumblebee carved into the wooden bookshelf above her head. She gently touched it, and as she did, the lower shelves of the bookcase slid to the side to reveal a hidden door. Some children might have cautiously called for an adult at this point, passing on any obligation for further investigation to someone older and wiser, but not Ivy. She was already imagining what might lie beyond the small closed door. She reached out her hand and turned the handle. Let's see, does it say anything else about the keyhole? No. So it's more so that she just expected the, oh, for Sydney. Oh, hi, Sydney, how are you? Still there. They're doing their thing, but you know, it's funny. I don't ever really notice them. Shannon. I don't really notice them until either A, somebody else notices it, or B, I rewatch myself after I've filmed something and I'm like, But I'm going to see a specialist about it actually next week. So hopefully I'll get some answers and that'll be nice. I mean, even if the tremors don't go away, then I can at least say there's a reason for them. But I mean, I've dealt with them for so long. I don't know. Sometimes they will get the better of me. Like I got frustrated with something the other day. I remember thinking, I was working on a card and it really didn't come out. And Shannon, you'll be proud of me. I threw it and I was so mad, but I was literally like, I don't know, I'm a pretty chill person, but I was just beyond frustrated. That was Prussian green. I'm using sap green light. And I just got so worked up and I chucked it and I was like, oh, I've had enough. But because I was so worked up, my hands were shaking as it was. I had to leave to go pick up the kids. Steve was here and I went downstairs. You know, I was angry, I was frustrated, and I went downstairs and went to go fill my water cup. But because I was all worked up, my hands were shaking more and I couldn't get the lid on my cup. And I just like had to slam the lid on the counter and I walked away and Steve had to fix my water for me. I wasn't mad at him or anybody else. I was just mad at myself. I'm just switching back and forth between Prussian green and sap green light. You know, everybody gets that way sometimes, but it was just like when I get worked up, the shaking gets worse. And then I just like straight up don't have control over what my hands are doing. And I'm like, this is stupid. No, I didn't lose my grip. I just couldn't get it on top. It wasn't Shannon's cup. It was a twist tie one. And I was trying to put it on and it just, I don't know. It was just one of those things. Like I said, I don't notice it too often, but yeah, like I said, I've had it for ages, but you know, more than anything, I just want a reason why. So hopefully we'll figure that out. All right, Prussian gray. So if you guys are watching, or if somebody new is watching this back, and if you ever see in any of my recorded videos that my hands are all like shaky and stuff, can't do a whole lot about it. Just, you know, try and really focus on whatever it is I'm holding and that'll work. Yeah. Yeah, it's frustrating sometimes. Sometimes my hands will, they'll freeze up on me. It's almost like it cramps. Like I'll be reaching to grab something and then my hand will freeze like this, just temporarily. And it's just for a split second. And it doesn't happen very often, but every now and then it does that. I also have a appointment with a neurologist in a few months here. Gosh, those guys are hard to get in to see. But we're looking into that too to see if there's any reason behind that. Anyway, I'm sorry. You guys don't want to hear all about that. Hey, look, leaves in pretty colors. Did your water break? Funnily enough, with my first child, it did. With my second child, it did not. Well, that's a whole other story. Oh, that's nice. Yeah, it locks up. It can't open, but it's not for very long. No, you're fine. All right, sap green light. I mean, if we end up having a discussion about health stuff, I can go off, man. I can just keep going forever. But, you know. All right, let's see. Let's use some cream. It is. It's terrible. It's so frustrating. And it's just like, that's why, honestly, like I've been so busy. I haven't painted my nails in a couple days because there are times where my hands will be shaky and I'll be painting. And it happens more so with my non-dominant hand when I'm painting with my left hand onto my right nails. And every now and then I'll be painting and I can't hold it straight. And all of a sudden, like my hand will spasm and the nail polish will just go, and I'm like, gosh, dang it, and I start again. So there are times I just choose not to do my nails just for my own sanity. Aw, thanks everyone, you're sweet. Let's see, let's use a little bit of yellow ochre. I want to get a little bit of yellow, stronger yellow on these leaves. It's life, I suppose. It was a lot of fun. I used to work at a winery, and when I would go to pour people wine, I can, you know, for the most part, can control my hands when they're all shaky, but they're looking at me as I'm pouring. They're like, oh my God, are you going to spill that? I'm like, no, I got it. It's all fine. Oh, fun. All right, fun on that one. Oh, and numbing stuff. I didn't think about that. Oh, very cool, Sydney. Yeah, it's like people who don't know me or aren't aware that I shake. So Prussian green, you know, they just come up. Even my sister sometimes mentions it when she hasn't seen me in a really long time. And they'll be like, oh my gosh, your hands are shaking. Do you know that? I'm like, no, I appreciate that. I was not aware at all that my hands were, thank you for shaking. We're shaking. Thank you for bringing my attention to this brand new, surprising medical condition. Thank you so much. Like, no, I'm not aware that that my hands are all over the place. Thank you, though. I appreciate it. Right? They're just like, are you okay? Like, yes, I'm fine. It's like whenever I was pregnant with my second kid, and somebody would see me very pregnant, pick up my first kid, and they're like, oh my God, should you be doing that? I'm like, yeah, I'm good. I can pick up my children. Using cream now. Yellow ochre. You know, you kind of just have to. I mean, you know, like anyone else, I have my good days and my bad days based on, you know, what's going on. But for the most part, you know, it is what it is. And thankfully, I have an incredibly understanding husband who, when I have tantrums because I can't get my stupid lid on my water bottle, he comes over and calmly takes it from me and helps with my lid and then pats me on the back. Right, Allie? It's like you're walking along, your hands are going like this, like, oh my God, do you know you're shaking? You look down, you go, oh my God, that's what's happening. It's kind of like, because, so some of you know, some of you might not. We're going to move on to the, actually, no, we're going to do this down here. Some of you might not know, but Steve is Korean. Therefore, I have half Korean children. And let's see, I'm going to find a new green here. And when they were babies, they did not look like me very much at all. And, people would say things, they'd be like, oh, so cute, whose baby is that? And so I used to joke with my friends that whenever someone would say something like that, I'd turn around and be like, oh my God, baby? What baby? Who got this baby? I don't know. Or I'd make comments like, oh, you know, I just picked him up at the grocery store. Yeah, I'm not shaking, I'm vibrating. Exactly. Zombies, right? I even had somebody, I was literally like breastfeeding my child. They could see that, you know, I was covered, but they could see that my child, you know, looked different. And they're just like, oh, so cute. Like they thought I was the nanny. And it's just like, I'm the nanny breastfeeds this child? Like, that doesn't, okay, maybe where you come from, but no, this one's mine. It's a thing. But it's just, you know, you just have to laugh about things sometimes. Let's see. I grabbed True Green. Why did I grab this? Because, you know what's funny, Angela? Whenever I see True Green, I think True Hue. Like every time. I can't help it. Actually, I want dark green, grass green, and True Green. That's what I want. I have, actually, Mimi. Yeah. Hi, Steve. Yeah, a wet nurse. That's a thing these days, right? It is absolutely crazy. You know, like, I haven't come across too many instances of any kind of, let's see, what did I say? I said dark green, grass green, and true green. You know, we are a mixed race couple, therefore we have mixed race children, and we haven't come across too many issues. You know, it's 2022. People shouldn't have that many issues with, you know, interracial couples. But there have been times where there was this really, we're using dark green now, traditional Asian couple from this restaurant that we went to. And when Steve and I were first dating, we went in there to eat, and the wife didn't do anything, but where this restaurant was, there was a big window where the husband would cook. But we came in and we were clearly a couple. Nanny breastfeeding, right? We came in, we were clearly a couple, and he kept like like he was chopping and craning his head like out the window, like staring at us, like, but then when we looked, like it was just hilarious. Like nobody's ever really said anything, but every now and then there's just like something small, like, I don't know. It's funny. Probably the biggest thing as far as like the fact that, you know, we're an interracial couple is just the comments that I got when the kids were little. They look a lot more like me now, but it's just funny. People never cease to amaze me at some things they spit towards other strangers. I wonder if they stop to think about how they sound. Oh, they absolutely don't. Absolutely don't. See? Exactly. Like it's just funny sometimes. We used to joke though that, so I'm still using dark green. When I was younger, my mom, we had a Christmas where, like we were a pretty big family. And so, you know, not every Christmas was a big blowout Christmas, but there was a year where financially my family was doing pretty good. And so as a splurge for me and my sisters, we all got American Girl dolls. Well, for my following birthday, my mom let me get another doll, and I decided I wanted a Bitty Baby, which is in the American Girl dolls. There's like the dolls that are supposed to, you know, be essentially, you know, like they're the 13-inch dolls. And the Bitty Babies are the baby versions of it. Well, we joked that it was a little bit foretelling because I really liked the Asian Bitty Baby. So it was like a little, you know, with the almond-shaped eyes and the dark hair. And it was just this beautiful little doll. And so then when I grew up and Steve and I got married, we joked that it was a little bit of foreshadowing how much I liked, how pretty I thought the babies were. Right. Yeah. And it happens. And for the most part, I try to be, you know, pretty understand. Like I said, I'm pretty non-confrontational. We're using grass green now. I have to be pretty fired up about something to actually say something to people. But it takes quite a bit. If more than anything, Steve and I just come home and we just kind of chuckle and we're like, well, hopefully that person will learn better someday. But yeah, I think I probably got it more when the kids were babies, just because people like, did you guys ever see that that viral video of that guy who was doing the interview on the BBC and his kid, you know, kind of came in, she was all, you know, pretty cute, walking in with her little elbows and everything. And she interrupted the meeting. And then the mother burst in and, you know, drug the kids out. Well, the mother was Korean. Right, Angela? The mother was Korean. I think she was Korean. Anyway, but people just assumed that she was the nanny, when in reality, she was the wife. And so it's really funny. Yeah, exactly. All right, so now we're going to use True Green. But I was just like, I'm like, oh, I feel for her. All right, so let's use dark green again. Yeah, it's kind of like when you have somebody that's pregnant or somebody that's not pregnant. Like, you're never supposed to, like, I only ever like talk about someone's pregnancy if A, they've told me, or if B, like, it's incredibly obvious. But if you're not entirely positive that a person is pregnant, you never, ever go up to them and say, oh, how far along are you? And then the person looks at you, oh, like, I just had a big burrito. Like, leave me alone. Right, Sheena? All right, so we're still just using dark green. It's an interesting thing, but thankfully we live in a day and age using grass green now where mixed race couples are not that big of a deal, and our children are beautiful because of it. And yeah, not that other children aren't beautiful, but I'm partial to mine. What am I going to say? They're my kids. There you go, Ghost. Yeah, in the 70s and stuff, it would have been a lot more. Even I think the 80s became a little bit more forgiving. And then, you know, once we got into the 90s, but especially now, people are very understanding. It's a good, as far as acceptance is concerned. Now, don't get me wrong. There's still, you know, room for improvement. But as far as acceptance is concerned, it's much better now. Steve is Korean. Yeah, Steve's Korean. Oh my gosh, Angela. Oh, she probably died right there. Don't you just love that? Good night, Loretta. Thank you so much for being here. Hi, Ariane. Came up to me, asked when I was due. I said I wasn't pregnant. She said, oh, you just had your baby. I said, oh no, Deborah. See, they're not supposed, like, yeah. All right, so black raspberry. Yeah, that is just, you just don't. I mean, because honestly, short of your own curiosity, most pregnant women, like by the time they're big enough to make you think that they're pregnant, like they're kind of like, they don't want to hear about it too much anymore. I mean, I was pregnant with my son and I got asked like, oh, you have that baby yet? And I'm like, clearly I've had that baby. Like, no, I had him and then I ate him. And so he's back in here now. So, you know, like, no, I haven't had the baby yet. Oh my gosh. All right, so now we're going to use dark green. Some of the things, man, or like strangers going up to touch your stomach, or just absolute strangers getting upset that you won't tell them the name. You haven't told anybody the name, but they're like, oh, you'll never see me again. Like, you can tell me the names. Like, if I'm never going to see you again, why does it matter if I tell you the name, you creepy person? My vents from my pregnancy days. Ooh, sounds good, Elizabeth. Thank you. All right, so grass green. And most of the time, you just, you know, you can wonder to yourself, but it's not going to change your life one way or the other if you find out how long, you know, how long until that perfect stranger is due. All right, true green. Let's see, let's add a little bit more cream because this one needs to be a little bit more yellow. In fact, we're going to use this yellow to kind of burnish the paper. And then we're going to use, we haven't used much of our blender yet. Right, Allie? Gave birth to my firstborn. I never saw him in a room after again. Right, exactly. Oh my gosh, right. The touching of the belly, like, now don't get me wrong. If the person is, so I'm going to use my blender. Like I said, I'm a pretty non-confrontational person. And every now and then I would get somebody who was, you know, pretty elderly and I could see, you know, you can see it in their eyes, just how much they love kids. And maybe, you know, they're thinking back to, you know, when they had their own kids. There are exceptions to the rule that I would give. Deco yellow. Part of that is also because I worked at a retirement home for a while. So I had a little bit more insight about how, you know, some of them are feeling. So if they wanted to touch my tummy, you know, it was fine. But, you know, for the most part, perfect strangers. Men would touch my stomach. It's one thing if a woman touches my stomach, but men? That's just, no thank you. Right. Oh, Elizabeth, I'm so glad. She makes such good pencil rolls. Right, Sydney? Exactly, Celine. See, and that's courteous. See, there you go. Yes, men would touch it. It was just the weirdest thing. I'm like, oh, well, that's happening, isn't it? Okay, thank you. Can you just not? The problem is when that particular time happened, I was at work and he was a guest and I couldn't exactly say, excuse me, sir, like, don't, like, you know, I was in guest services. I had to be, you know, cordial. Never mind that I'm like, you're all up in my what you got to do in that point is when they reach up to touch your stomach, you reach up to touch theirs and, you know, be like, they're like, oh, it's so nice. And then, you know, if they're like, oh, well, can I rub your tummy? Can you imagine the look on their face if you reach back and touched their belly? Like, that would be hilarious. You're up my grill, right? Right, exactly. You just, like I said, I'm a non-confrontational person. So most of the time, I just let it pass and then vent to Steve later. But I'm like, there's something about this that is not very appropriate. All right, I'm going to use Prussian green now. The joys of being pregnant. I mean, it's been a while since I've been pregnant, but I remember it pretty well. All right, Prussian. It's not something that you quickly forget. Ugh, and it's even worse when Facebook is like, oh, remember when your child was this small? And then I go, oh, they're so little. I love it, Christina. Oh, Celine. I'm sorry. See, I know. I'm working on it. Like, when it comes to like a customer service thing, if I need to return stuff, and I'm getting better about it, I don't like to rock the boat, man. I don't like it. Deco yellow. I'm very of the mind of, can't we all just get along? Why does everybody have to do things? We're all people living on this planet. We just need to, everybody needs to just love each other. Please. I'm not going to say anything. And most of the time we try not to. Exactly. Right? Remember when your child did such and such a thing? I know. There was one that came across. It was little Emily when she was like, I'm going to use a little bit of white here. When she was like a toddler and we're making cookies together. And I'm like, oh my God, the little cheeks. She's so cute. See, and that's good. That's good. To see my, one of my sisters is very good at confrontation. And she'll tell me, she's like, you want me to call him and yell at him? Or when we were in school together, she'd be like, you want me to beat him up? I'll beat him up for you. I'm like, oh my God, don't beat him up. Hi, Sigrid. How are you? All right, so we're going to use Prussian green. Good times. Good times. All right, so Kelly green. Yeah, I don't know. I'm a person likes to keep things pretty happy for the most part, and just, I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm a person, and I still, get upset about things, but we're going to use cream now, because there's going to be a little bit of a glow off that. But if it's a perfect stranger, a lot of times I'll be like, yeah, okay. That's true. That's true. All right, I'm using Deco Yellow. Okay, let's see. Right? It's so nice. Ghost. All right, we need to make a little bit of a game plan here. So I only want to do 2 streams with this, but I want to make sure that I cover the most difficult parts of this for you all because, a lot of these flowers and stuff, you see me color flowers plenty of times. But, excuse me, that was a hiccup. But the complication that lies therein is when it comes to like these flowers and stuff. So I think what I will do over the weekend and when we come back on Wednesday, we're not leaving quite yet. We still have a little bit of time. But I think the plan to be able to finish this on Wednesday is I'm going to finish the frame. We're doing gold all around that. I showed you how to, use the gold with the yellow. Okay, I'm still using yellow in some of the leaves and areas where the sunbeams are going to be. We still use yellow. And in fact, I might even lighten this a little bit more and add a little bit more yellow so we can have the straight sunbeam across. So basically, I want these yellow sunbeams to stand out. So what we're going to do when we come back on Wednesday is we will work on this flower, the butterfly, basically all of the things that are in the path of the yellow sunbeams, because that's going to be the most confusing and, sounds good, Michaela, and difficult part. Combinations from the beginning? Yes. So for the background, I'll go over the colors that we used here. For the background, we used, where is it? We used Parma Violet, okay? Parma Violet. We used the Blue Violet Lake. We used the light cerulean blue. We used the sky blue. I initially used mulberry and dahlia purple a little bit down here, but then I ended up using some black raspberry. But these 4 colors are the main colors. Right now, I've just filled in the sunbeams with the Deco yellow. And then for the leaves, we used a combination of like dark green, grass green, true green, Prussian green, Kelly green, mix and match however you want, pale sage. And then for the gold, I used a collection of black, dark sepia, I can't remember, light umber, some yellow, so all that good stuff. Any chance I can write them down? I will try and remember, but a lot of times I don't always remember. But it helps that we list them off in the beginning and everything like that. But there's a number of them. So, you know, just map in where you want your yellows. And you don't necessarily need to use the exact same colors that I did here. You could even use like indigo and do some different blues here. The only thing to remember is that I wanted to do lighter colors next to the actual sunbeams, which we're gonna darken up this background again and go through it anyway. For the yellows, I have, for the gold, I have the gold stream with all the different kind of combinations if you're using different pencils. And then we got all the greens and everything too. So yeah, loads of stuff. Oh, Sigrid, did I read your message? Let me see. Hang on, let me scroll up. Scroll up. Just got home from buying coloring books and supplies, diamond paintings from Hobby Lobby. Spent way too much there. I love Hobby Lobby. I had to go there the other day to get some craft stuff, and I always have to hold back. I can't not... Yeah, I use so many because I go back and forth all the time. I can't not pick up like an extra little thing of polymer clay whenever I go to Hobby Lobby. I can't help it. Like, I love Hobby Lobby so much, and there's so much stuff there. And they have Diamond Art Club diamond paintings there too. I keep thinking I want to get back and finishing mine, but there's just not enough hours in the day to craft all the things. Like, you know how they say when Santa delivers the gifts around the world, he like pauses time so that he can go deliver all the gifts? Well, I need Santa's like time pausing tool so I can pause time and do all the things. Can you imagine? Like, we pause the day and like everything else is frozen except for me, and I do all the things. And then like Steve comes home from work and I've done like 3 diamond paintings and I've like finished 5 books and like I made all these polymer clay figures. Speaking of which, if you guys missed it at the beginning, look at my little fox I made. He hangs out on my computer monitor. See, he's got the little handholds there, and then he hooks onto the computer monitor with his little tail wrapped around. I gotta make something else. Celine suggested a panda. I might do a panda. Anything with a tail would be good. I don't know. There's lots of stuff. I had way too much fun making him. Right? He's so cute. Little Emily loves foxes, so yeah, I put a little satin glaze on him. He's just a little fella. Ooh, nice, Sigrid. That sounds like a good haul. Make a wolf. Ooh, a wolf could be cool. All right, folks, I am gonna go ahead and head out. Everyone have a beautiful, wonderful weekend. Yeah, I'll see you Wednesday morning. The Disney thingies? Oh, like somebody suggested Winnie the Pooh? Oh, a koala. Oh, a koala would be perfect. Actually, you know, I have something to model it off of. Belinda sent me a box full of Australian goodies, and in it was this little koala, and he lives on my lamp up here. Because he's supposed to be like a pencil guy. But I put him up on my lamp and he just lives there. So I have a little koala that says, I heart Australia, but I should do a koala. That'd be cute. I could make him so he's like holding on to the side of the computer with like, anyway, I've got ideas. Oh, Deborah, thank you. Thank you. Exclamation point hype for Deborah. With those handy dandy hype emotes. Thank you so much for that, Deborah. I appreciate you sneaking in there right at the end. All right, everyone, I'm going to go get something to eat. You guys keep being the amazing, wonderful people that you are, and I will chat with you all on Wednesday. All right. So you know it's a good one, too, when I got too distracted to do even more on here because I had too much fun talking with you all. All right, everyone, have a great night. Have a great weekend. I'll chat with you later.